angel in disguise. So excited to see you. I can't wait to share Gaia's message with you at this particular moment in time. So, here's what I'm hearing from the ether at this moment. It is that we are all jumping into something beautiful. Get it together. It is your moment. Do not delay. It is time to be who you are. Okay, so it's funny. The more I get comfortable with light language transmissions, the weirder I get. Um, it's almost like all that all that lingo came through in the physical reality of my life now, and I'm finding that the they're saying the goos on the other side are going, boo hiss. This isn't a moment for your quandary of existence to manifest as talking light language in real life. What does that mean? What does that mean? They are funny with me. I'm going to tell you what, these goos are funny with me. I call them goos sometimes because I don't know what to call them. There are many kinds of beings that come through on the earth plane, and they all have things to say. And I love speaking to their perspective. And they're all angels, really. I mean, angels are weirdos. I'm going to tell you the truth. Angels are funny people. They are weird, funny people, and they like to be called people. I actually believe that. And they are all here to be a part of our lives. So thank you, goos. You angel goos, anyways. Not the only goos available. So angels say, okay, they are the goos in question, that we are all learning to speak from our in here and not here anymore. We're going to move down here from our talk center. This is where we talk. It ain't this part or even this part. Okay, I'm speaking to all you energy healers out there who understand what I mean by all this. But, for those of you who may just be listening, I was pointing to my heart and saying this is where we talk from. And not so much from the head, not so much from our seventh chakra, right? And not just from our fifth and our mouth and our throat. They are all, well, actually, the throat is actually more energetically active than the mouth in terms of us speaking the truth. So, and speaking from our center. So, that's a little dive into that. What are we doing with all this energy that wants to come out of our life? So, our life is often a trauma story. I mean, so many of us are dealing with trauma. What do we do when we tell our story? Are we telling about the quandary of our existence? Or are we telling about the love in our existence? And I'm not suggesting that you don't get to bitch and moan. We all need to bitch and moan. It is so important to have someone to vent to. Go find someone, okay? Don't hold it all in. Your heart needs to be available for speaking it out. You need to find a friend who will listen. Okay, at the moment, we need friends more than ever. And we all need therapists too. Okay, everybody go get a therapist. Seriously, they help more than you can ever know. And find the right one, obviously. Sometimes you have to try one and then see how aligned you feel. But I'm going to open the heart chakra out here and say everyone gets what they need in the right moment, in the right time. So yeah, they tell me what to do. This is all that light language stuff coming in. It's really fun. They got me making the hand gestures. They got me speaking my goo, whatever that means. My angels like to call it the goo. The inner workings of us are full of energy and light, and that is goo. It wants to like ooze out of us and into the world, and it's trying its best to come out of here from the heart, from the throat, and not so much out of the head, okay? The head has its job, but that ain't the job. The job of the head is to hold space for your visions to come in. Hold space for true understanding, because the understanding comes through the mind at first, and then the understanding moves to the solar plexus and the knowing. So it is not the job of the head to hold your feels, for one. The feels don't go there. They want to go there sometimes because our monkey mind wants to hold it. No, we don't speak from the head. We speak from the heart. The heart is where things come most readily for us that are in alignment with reality. The heart knows what's real. Heart knows what's real. That is the ultimate witnessing I can offer you today, is that the heart knows what's real. And what is real is love. And love is the most important factor in the world. It is what includes things versus discluding them. Okay. So this idea that we only allow certain people to be on the planet or in our country, or what the F are we talking about there? Gosh, what do we need to say about that? Expect for people to want to live where they feel happy. I mean, really, come on. What is that about? If you feel happy, what do you get for that? Kicked in the fucking tush and other places. Okay, I'm being funny, but I don't feel funny about this. I am seriously taking a moment to get on a soapbox about ICE. Can we get behind the idea that nobody gets kicked out of the country for being happy? I mean, seriously, okay? I know that is, I don't want to gloss over any of the other details to this. I apparently seem to be doing so, but I'm just really frustrated that someone who wants to be here can be darkly handled by someone else for being happy somewhere. I mean, this is what's real, and this is what's happening. So if you hear me talk about the heart knowing what's real, I'm afraid that's real, and we are here to make something real. It's called allowing other people to be on your land if they want to be your land, right? Whose land is it anyways? And that is a whole other enchilada that I won't go into right now, but we all know that this isn't our land either. So what are we doing right now about ICE? I am jumping into that right now. Yes, I am, because Gaia wants to talk about it. So what am I speaking about the heart from? I'm speaking about the heart. I'm speaking about the heart from this. Okay. So the heart wants to acknowledge what's wrong and not okay. The heart wants to say, this isn't okay. The heart wants to say, this isn't how we do things in my love-based reality, in our love-based reality. Because collectively, we're moving into a love-based reality, right? So we're freaking out about what's not in alignment with love, obviously. This is the most unloving thing you can do to someone, is to not just deport them, but to estrange them from their family, to take them away, to put them in a camp, or I mean, really, I'm going to call it a camp. These centers that people get taken to, I cannot even tell you how to be dismissed as a human being is so upsetting. It is not acceptable. And I want to suggest that if you are a healer, you have been dismissed for who you are, and we cannot allow other people to be dismissed for who they are. Alive. I mean, for God's sake, they are alive, and they have love, and they have a heart, and they have a mind, and they have a soul, and they have a journey, and they have a place that they belong. It is not where you decide for them. And that is how I feel about it. And let's go here. I mean, everyone who is here is contributing to our culture, our society, our love-based reality. There is not a person who doesn't want to create a better world together on this beautiful landscape that we get to call home. And that is ultimately it. People want home. And where were they home? Well, where they are now is probably home for them. And the nightmare that we live in says, you aren't part of my home. You don't actually deserve to live in my planet. That is a core understanding that this is not a place for everyone. All people belong here, okay? So that is Gaia's message. Now, what do? Rail against the man. I'm serious. Let us not pretend and stick our head in the sand and say, oh, this is going to go away if I pay attention to love and just ignore that. I'm afraid that is the way things take over. They do. And I know that we need to love what we want to become real and pay attention to that and bring it in. Yes, absolutely. And etheric night is so enmeshed in our world that if we don't witness it, it will grow. Okay? So the etheric layer of reality that is the negative etheric, as I call it, is so distracting. It says, I'm suffering so much, I can't bear to deal with other people's suffering. I can't bear to witness it even. Now here, friends, we don't need to surrender to hours and hours of media blasting at us. I don't think that's necessary. And get the Washington Post 5 points of the day. Do a bullet point scan. I do that. It keeps me awake to what is apparently happening around me. Now, not all of it's true. We know that. We know that we are not all speaking the truth here about what is going on for real. And what we want to be is people who are attentive to the love in the world that wants to be. And the love that wants to be is you who belong here. And I'm speaking to many people who have been dismissed by our society and those who are here. We all belong here, okay? So loving creators that we are, we just say, hey, I'm gonna say this is holy ground for you and me. I'm gonna say that I'm gonna be holy ground for you. I know that sounds a little strange, but Gaia wants to suggest that we're all holy ground. You are holy ground. And when you are holy ground, you hold space for the things that need to come into reality, okay? And holiness is listening. That is the most holy act there is listening. That is what we're here for. We are here to hear what wants to be heard, as well as speak from here, okay? Speaking from the heart as opposed to the mind. Now, what does that mean in a daily practice? Well, it means being the weirdo that says, that ain't gonna fly, man. What are you saying to me? I don't think so. That was offensive. That was racist. That was abandoning yourself, man. You are not listening to yourself. If you think that's true, then you are clearly not in touch with your spirit. I don't know where you got that from, okay? Here we have the opportunity to speak up to people who disagree. And guess what? I ain't suggesting you're going to change a mind. Never would I suggest that. How do you know that you're going to change a mind? You have no power over anyone else. You have influence through your energy, through your thought, through your words, through your heart, through your golden center. You really do. Now, do we change a mind? Well, maybe we change a thought. One thought can change a mind in 10 years. And this is a long game, my friends. We are not here to carry other people through the awakening. Nor are we here to knock little notches off of our wall, knock notches off of our bedpost. I converted this one. I converted this one. I converted this one. Yay. Well, your ego wants to say, I got the answer in a minute. I know that they're changed. Well, guess what? You don't get that answer. You get to be whole and loving to everyone around you, even if it means speaking your truth, even if it means saying what they don't want to hear, but you can do it from the heart. Because when we do it from the head, what happens is you want to have an argument. You want to display all the facts, which I'm not saying displaying the facts isn't helpful, actually. Absolutely can be. And speaking from your center will offer you influence, actually. Okay? Be not in the conversation before the conversation happens. The conversation is happening all the time around us, constantly. We are always thinking about what we're going to say to someone else about something, okay? Natural for us to do that. We all understand what's messed up, though. Really, we do. And we got the opportunity here to speak to it from here, from your energy center that knows how to influence in a loving, kind, and not manipulative way. Now, do I want to manipulate people into saying what I think is true? Yeah, I'm human. I would love certain people to be able to be speaking love-based reality into form when we are watching them do the opposite. I would love to be able to manipulate that. Can we just change the whole narrative, please? Thank you very much. Putting that in the field, love the idea. And it's a one-on-one thing, man. It is person. It is a one-on-one thing. Sorry, I grew up with just a funny way of speaking. It still gets into my head sometimes. I have a habit of calling old friends dude. Dude, can we go to the movies, dude? So it's still with me. But my friends, you all have influence. You have influence and you can use it. You don't have to be quiet. You don't have to hurt yourself. You don't have to move from the center of you in order to have a conversation. You can just be grounded, be centered, be stable, laugh at the person if they're being ridiculous, or hold them accountable in a loving way. Just say, what made you think that? Where'd you get that from? Tell me more. It changes things. Because that is love in action, okay? We need to change a heart. We're not going to change a mind. You need to change a heart. How you do that? You are heart. You are heart. And that is my message for today. I could go on and on. I'm fired up. I'm worked up. I want things to change. This is a time for us to make a new reality, okay? It is not about going back to the old stories that we have heard, the nasty, awful, subduing and coercing and erosion of values that is represented by the Holocaust. We are thinking about it for a reason. It is not us speaking to the idea that this darkness is absolutely happening again. And it's saying there is a smell in the air that smells like that. Here we are to heal it. Okay? Here we are to heal it. Let's not go all the way down that road. It gets real scary. It's very fucked up. I'm sorry to use that language, but it is so messed up that we are not here to witness it real once again. We start here from the conversation. And this is how we do it. Okay? You've got it in you to just speak to a moment when something is fucked up. You get to speak to it. You get to say, hey, my friend, pick up your shit on the floor that you just dropped. I'm sorry to be so my guys are being sacrosanct. They're saying being sacrosanct. I'm sorry to be so rude and crass today, but that is where we are. Okay? You've got the power to shift something, a little something, a lot of something. You will find your power. You will find your power. It ain't gonna be taken from you. This cannot be gone, okay? It will never leave. I am calling that to be. Your power is yours. You are you. No matter what the man says, no matter what the society says, you are you. And this is home for you too. And I trust that you will find your way home. If you are struggling to find your way home, my heart goes out to you. If home is just an idea and not a reality, my heart goes out to you. We will have home together. This is the goal. And we will hold space for each other to be home. And that is the truth. So let's do it. We got to do this. All right? That's my pep talk for you healers who are exhausted all the time and ready to step on some faces. Okay? You have it in you to step gently on some faces. Okay. All right, honeys. Sending you so much love. I appreciate you so much. And I know that you are doing everything that is in your power to do. And for those of you who cannot stand in the light and say something because you are in danger, my heart goes out to you too. And we will all rally for you. Okay? That is what we're here for. Love you. Take good care. And be careful out there. Wise ones, we love you. Toodaloo.